Drake might have to change his name after this one. Like, he might have to change his job. That man might have to change his gender, bro. I don't even know, because Kendrick just had an absolute hoot calling Drake a PDF file in front of 150 million people at the Super Bowl. Honestly, I was so here for that. Every time he referenced Drake, it was unintentionally the funniest shit ever, bro. Him staring directly down the camera while dissing Drake, making it seem like he was actually talking to him. Bro, most diabolical thing he could ever do at the Super Bowl halftime show. I already know some people are gonna be like, he's dragging it, Bro, get the schlong out your mouth, okay? Let's take a pause, take a little break. You're supposed to do that. When you win a beef, you're supposed to dance on their grave a little bit. Drake did that against Meek Mill. If you want to go farther back, Jay-Z and Nas did that. They put their diss records on their actual albums. So if anything, they kind of did more than Kendrick in some ways. So yeah, I mean, I was happy that he included the diss records and just stuff having to do with the beef in general. I thought that was really cool, really entertaining. I also love the pacing of this show. I thought it was so creative how he kind of like drove up hype for Not Like Us and kind of ramped it up. Like about halfway through the show, he played like a short 3-second snippet of the beat, and he had like the woman background dancers saying like, oh, are you gonna play it? Are you really gonna play it? And you even had Samuel L. Jackson narrating, saying like, oh, don't play that song, you know, you can't play that song, kind of adding that like controversial effect to it. And then finally, boom, he played it at the end. I think there was another song after it too. TV Off, I think, played after. But I think that just really kept it exciting all the way through. I guess we could talk about Samuel L. Jackson a bit, bro. I did not expect Mace Windu to show up on my screen while watching the Super Bowl, but here we are. Samuel L. Jackson, he was playing Uncle Sam, who kind of acted as like the narrator throughout the halftime show, which only Kendrick would do. Like, only Kendrick would create a concept for his a conceptual concert, I guess one might say. Yeah, only Kendrick would do that, but I'm here for it. I think it made it that much more interested, kind of added this story to it, a bit more meaning to it. I really appreciate that Kendrick did that. Just further shows creativity, that he cares. It also kind of added this politically charged element to it, which Kendrick is also known for, and I appreciated that too. I thought that just added even more kind of nuance to the overall performance. And I don't think this narrative or concept or message, whatever you want to call it, that Kendrick was trying to share was anything crazy. I think it was just pretty much about expressing yourself how you want to express yourself and not letting other people do that for you. And that's why the Uncle Sam was kind of like, oh, don't play Not Like Us, don't play those controversial songs. But then he played them anyway, but he only played them after some time. So I think it was just about expression, struggling with expressing yourself, things like that. SZA had a solid performance for sure. I mean, it wasn't anything like out of this world crazy. It wasn't bad by any means. She's just an amazing singer. She has a beautiful voice, and it's kind of that simple. I do wish she picked a song from like Good Kid, Mad City or To Pimp a Butterfly. Just one. All of them were from Damn and then G and X. I knew it was mainly going to be G and X, and I was fine with that. I just wish maybe he did like one song from Damn instead of two, and then a song from one of those other two albums. But still, not a big deal. It didn't like ruin anything for me. Another thing that like kind of sucked was how he had to censor himself, but like, you know, there's nothing you could really do there. It did make it a little awkward though, and hard to understand at points. He did change some lyrics though in a good way, like when he brought up Drake being very Sue happy. That was, once again, just really funny, really clever, exciting. Choreography, pretty standard. The props and just scenery, also pretty standard, I thought. Hella people coming out of that car in the intro. And speaking of the intro, actually, he started it off with some new, like, unreleased music. It was the same type of stuff we saw in the GNX music video. We'll see if that ever gets turned into a song. Maybe it'll be on the deluxe for GNX, or I don't know, maybe it was just for the Super Bowl. But regardless, it was a really great hook for the viewers. It definitely got me interested right away because it was something new we were hearing. You know, what is this? It was very unexpected. So, I mean, I love this Super Bowl halftime performance. It was one of my favorites I think I've ever seen in my life. I also didn't really pay attention to them too much until like maybe 5 years ago. So it's not going up against that many, but I thought Rihanna's was really good, and I'd put this above Rihanna's. I thought this was a great way to just close out this beef in such a devastating Mortal Kombat fatality type of way. And yeah.